mandatory by law. Be compliant, pay on time to avoid prosecution without further notice. National Health Insurance, leaving no one behind.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My worry is how people manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
I'm sure there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts. Straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, air con filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have info, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
They are found on Chandram Thunder Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in on 0979 192057 and 0960747235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts, vehicle parts.
The happy world of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news. The headlines. Kulima Tower bus fare slashed to 10 kwacha for Tuesday next week. Government are willing to make energy reforms that are necessary to addressing the prevailing energy crisis in the country. Sudan peace talks start, but neither side shows up. This news bulletin is also streaming live on the 5FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, I'm Hebet Mutavi. Kulima Tower bus drivers have announced their move to lower bus fares to 10 kwacha for Tuesday, 20th August 2024, as a way of celebrating the UPND administration for restoring peace and order in their workplace. Speaking to the media this morning, Kulima Tower bus station chairperson Nicholas Banda said that the move has been set as a gesture to show gratitude to the UPND administration for the peace exhibited in the bus station in the last 3 years. Mr. Banda has appreciated President Hakainde Hichilema and his leadership for the removal of cadreism in the station since he ascended to power in August 2021.
Kulima Tower, ndiye mafea zikaikatata reduce only that day. The following day kuzakupela fumu nomo. But kwamene mutokera kumakomboni yanu, mulipia mtengo wamene mulika kulipia wamene uza. Isabeni Kulima Tower chape, mweta reduce. Kuja kumakomboni kungali kuchilenje, Kapulonga, Obama, Cheston, Chawama, kuja mulipia mtengo wamene mulipia. But Kulima Tower, wauze ni wana kabaka kwelele mu. Akona wakunchito wose mukabanga kwele muno kona siano wachichunga Musa kaende chilema.
Meanwhile, veteran Chilenje router driver John Banda has expressed gratitude to President Hichilema for restoring peace and order in the trading places, especially Kulima Tower bus station. He has explained that now bus drivers are operating freely without intimidation from named political opponents.
On that day, we want to show appreciation to the president of this nation, His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, for the peace that we have in Kulima Tower.
Another bus driver, Moses Mambwe, has encouraged our passengers to board our buses from the station next Tuesday.
To our viewers out there, us as bus drivers of Kulima Tower Station, we are celebrating 3 years of UPND in power. So for that, Monga Mwamene Mwambelela, but Tuesday, tilina promotion. All routes ni 10 kwacha. So tipempa, kuli bonse na bamene sibakwelela mu station. Bali i day pa Tuesday. Tikupempani kuti welani mumbele mwamene kukwelela mu station chimandekela.
President Hakainde Hichilema has disclosed that the government is willing to make energy reforms that are necessary to addressing the prevailing energy crisis in the country, which is threatening productivity and quality of life. President Hichilema also said that the government wants to see an accelerated rate at which solutions to the energy deficit the country is facing are implemented so it can trigger the much-needed economic growth for the country. The president has observed that the energy challenges in the country are causing national insecurity as they are impeding the attainment of various economic targets, hence the need to also work in an expeditious manner that brings quick results. The head of state said this during the Energy Forum for Africa conference under the theme Investment Opportunities in the Energy Sector in Zambia and Africa.
This UPND government is committed to the reforms in the overall economy. I'm sure you've seen the way we've tackled the debt situation, the way we're tackling the mining sector. You're following. You should be following as citizens. We found the debt situation really unsustainable. We defaulted as a country in 2020. And we undertook, before we formed government, before you elected us into office, to reform the economy and to anchor that amongst many areas was the debt resolution.
And convener of the conference, Hope Chanda, has expressed optimism that Zambia will be energy sufficient by the year 2030, owing to the commitment shown by the government so far, as well as the high number of players coming on board with solutions.
As you may be aware, sir, the energy projects take up to 5 years in planning before they are implemented. So if as an investor begins now, by the time the project will come to fruition and to operation, they will find a cost-reflective tariff under your guidance. We are grateful for that. That provides an attractive investment opportunities for all of us.
And speaking at the same event, Energy Minister Makozo Chikote said that now is the time to implement the solutions to the challenges the energy sector is experiencing. The Ministry of Education has handed over 10 top Toyota Land Cruiser motor vehicles worth $1 million, more than $1 million to all the 10 provinces. The motor vehicles are meant for monitoring and supervising Ministry of Education programs in the provinces. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary in charge of administration, Noriana Munenku, handed over the motor vehicles to the provincial education officers, PEOs in Lusaka. Ms. Munenku said that the handover underscores the commitment by the government to ensure a smooth and a successful implementation of the Education for All policy. She added that 62 motorcycles have also been acquired by the ZIPA project and another 45 by the ZEAL project for easing movement of staff at a district level to ensure that districts are proactive and prompt enough in attending to project needs and smooth operations of the ministry in general. Ms. Munenko further cautioned the project managers, PEOs, and the district education board secretaries at DEBS to ensure that the motor vehicles are used for the intended purpose of supervising and monitoring project works. And speaking on behalf of the PEOs, Luapula Province PEO, Grace Sikolongo, said that the motor vehicles will be used for the intended purposes. The Central Office for Combating Transnational and Organized Crime from the Republic of Mozambique is currently on an exchange visit to Zambia, marking a significant step in the ongoing collaboration between two nations in addressing issues of money laundering, drug trafficking, and related transnational organized crimes. The visit underscores the importance of regional cooperation in tackling the pressing challenges. Led by Firmino Emilio, the Mozambican delegation paid a courtesy call on the Drug Enforcement Commission DEC Director General Nason Banda before attending a series of informative sessions. The sessions were characterized by presentations delivered by the Director Legal Department, the Director of the Anti-Drug Operations Department, and the Director of the Anti-Money Laundering Investigations Unit. Mr. Banda expressed his gratitude for the continued warm relationship shared between Zambia and Mozambique, a bond that dates back to the time of their struggles for independence. He emphasized the importance of the visit, noting that it would pave the way for stronger cooperation between the two countries in tackling transnational crimes. In other news trending this evening, the Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency, ZICSA, has suspended packaging of water at a Humanism Bakery and Takeaway at Lusaka's Old Soweto Market and seized 80 cases of water branded Supreme, valued at 1,200 kwacha at the same premises. Chief Milo of the Lala people of Serenje district in Central Province has urged his subjects to stop abusing government empowerment programs such as the social cash transfer on alcohol. Up next, business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In business news, the Emerald and Semi-Precious Stones Mining Association of Zambia says 90% of small-scale mining companies have struggled to capitalize on emerald resources due to limited geological information, inadequate equipment, and restricted access to finance in the last 6 months. Association President Victor Kalesha has, however, said that the two largest producers, Kagem Mining Limited and Grizzly Mining Limited, have driven growth through successful auctions locally and abroad. Mr. Kalesha says there has been limited productivity among small-scale mining companies and inadequate resources and support for small-scale miners. He states that addressing the challenges faced by small-scale miners will be crucial to unlocking the sector's full potential with collaborative efforts between the government, large-scale producers, and small-scale miners. Meanwhile, Mr. Kalesha says going forward, the emerald sector in Zambia is expected to improve, driven by continued success of Kagem and Grizzly Mining, government support for small-scale miners, and potential solutions to maximize benefits from the gemstone sector.
With the programs that we are having with government of AUMA getting small-scale miners, but the critical part is, even as we AUMA get, where is the capital going to come from? Where is the equipment going to come from? The geological part, exploration part has been taken care of. We are waiting, and after exploration, we will see what follows next. But this is a sector that has tremendous potential, great potential, and once the mechanisms are put in place and the production takes effect.
Ends the business news.
5 5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, fresh peace talks aimed at ending Sudan's 16-month war have begun despite the two warring sides refusing to enter the negotiating room. The U.S., which is leading the talks, insisted that the event continued regardless, saying they are going to try to do everything they can to try to end the horrific crisis in Sudan. Fighting between the army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, has killed thousands, driven about 10 million people from their homes, and sparked what the United Nations has called the world's worst hunger crisis. Here's a roundup from the BBC for other world news stories.
The governor of Russia's border region of Belgorod, Vyacheslav Gladkov, has declared a state of emergency, saying Ukrainian shelling had made the situation there extremely difficult. Ukrainian troops have also been advancing in the Russian western region of Kursk. Thailand's constitutional court has dismissed the Prime Minister Sitawatthich Sin after less than a year in office. The court in Bangkok ruled that it violated the constitution by appointing a minister who'd served time in jail for contempt of court. The ruling threatens to destabilise Thailand's governing coalition and create further political uncertainty. Talks are due to begin in Geneva to try to end 16 months of brutal conflict in Sudan. The war between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary RSF has claimed thousands of lives and driven 10 million people from their homes. The US government has stepped up efforts to reach a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. President Biden said such a deal would help deter Iran from launching attacks on Israel.
In sports news, Conor Gallagher is expected to return to training at Chelsea's Cobham training ground on Wednesday after landing back in London with his Atletico Madrid transfer in the balance. The England international 24 was pictured in the La Liga club's Metropolitano Stadium on Saturday and spent 5 days in a hotel in Madrid, but has been unable to complete his £33 million move. It was halted because Chelsea's £34.5 million deal to sign Spanish striker Samu Omorodion collapsed over personal terms on Sunday. Here now is the weather report. Stay tuned.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Western, Southern, Lusaka, Central, Copperbelt, Northwestern, Eastern, Muchinga, Northern and Alopula provinces. Clear skies and mild to cool. Ends the weather report.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Kulima Tower bus drivers have announced their move to lower bus fares to 10 kwacha for Tuesday, 20th August 2024 as a way of celebrating the UPND administration for restoring peace and order in their workspace. President Hakainde Hichilema has disclosed that the government is willing to make energy reforms that are necessary to addressing the prevailing energy crisis in the country, which is threatening productivity and quality of life. Fresh peace talks aimed at ending Sudan's 16-month war have begun despite the two warring sides refusing to enter the negotiating room. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy Hour of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Herbert Mutabi.